believe it doesn't matter is because any long-lasting new tradition here could not be successful if it did not rise out of one or more of the truly fundamental traditions that were part of the original legacy of those French women who came to Indiana so long ago. Three of those traditions are, first, an unflagging and dogged commitment to the liberal arts, even when that seemed a luxury. Now, the liberal arts is a broad term and can be interpreted in many ways, but it is an underlying commitment of this institution. Second, a desire always to provide an educational environment for students in which faith is part of the options in that environment. And three, an ability to see each student as an individual worthy of the teacher's time and attention. That's a really important issue at St. Mary's Woods. Now, if we think of these three qualities as fundamental to the contribution of the Sisters of Providence to American higher education, it begins to become clear why the trend of small enrollments was and is not simply the result of societal forces, but is integral to what they were trying to accomplish at St. Mary's Woods. The commitment to plunge students into the liberal arts as the fundamental building block of their education. Their desire not necessarily to teach them religion, but to form them an atmosphere where faith is a real option. And their concern that no individual student be without someone to love and be concerned for them requires that such education be offered to small numbers in a personalized environment. Now, small is a relative term, and can and will often differ about how small is too small and how big is too big. But I think that the kind of mass production that's characteristic of many educational institutions in the U.S., good as it may be for many, many students, clearly will not allow those particular value traditions to predominate. Even in our computer-dominated 21st century environment, at the Woods, there is a teacher and a student at either end of the ether. They're communicating with one another. Ideas and concerns are flowing, not just facts and information. There is a place, the Woods, where someone, a teacher, cares and helps and directs someone else, a student. Even though much of that relationship is conducted by cell phone and email, it is not automatic. It is personal and caring. And that is why this particular, quote, desperate innovation became a strong building block for a program aimed at older adults, and why I think it has been successful. What kind of challenges did we face in the early days of WED? Well, lots of them, both from faculty and students. You know, faculty members at that time had no experience of teaching in this new format. And not all of them were very excited about teaching. Initially, we required every faculty member to teach some of his or her load in this format. Eventually, we discovered that was not a good idea. Like every kind of teaching, some are good at some form, and some are good at others. So eventually things settled down and faculty fit in where their talents are best able to be used. And many, many, many of them teach in the WED program. And then at that time there were the resident students. Now this new cohort of older women were like a new kid on the block for them. And the resident students didn't at all like the idea that these women were going to get a Woods degree and a ring. Gradually, as some women, as some mothers and other relatives of present students, of resident students, entered the program, the relationships slowly began to change. The administration became more sensitive to ways to develop these relationships more positively. And now I believe the two programs are very well and happily integrated. And WED students have become more active which makes me very happy, as I said earlier, in the Alumni Association, representing a constituency that needs representation so that it can become better and better known for the high quality of education that it offers. And I think the most valuable and important way the WED program has been able to grow and succeed, and now I'm at the end of my remarks, is the quality of the administrators and teachers in it. I'm speaking to a group who knows this far better than I do. I was here at the birth and early childhood of WED, but these women and men were the ones who helped it grow and gave it stability and the quality that has become its trademark. So I'm very happy to be able here to celebrate this particular anniversary and to say thank you for all of you who during these years have made it what it has become. A desperate innovation that has become one of the most important centerpieces of a fine woods education. Thank you very much.
Wonderful.